Hey guys, what's going on? Math IRL here. I know, I just changed the name to Math IRL. I just liked it, Math in Real Life. So, today I want to talk about linear equations. I know we started it, but I just felt like I wanted to clear some doubts and make this a real learning mode. So, for anyone who's still confused, it'll make sure to cover all the basics. Now, I just want to talk about what slope is. Now, slope is basically seeing a line and saying how steep it is. Now, to find that, you have to find the unit rate. And I'll get into that a bit more later, but I want to talk about the basics first. Now, what you guys see in front of you is a positive slope. Now, you guys can see this is a positive slope because it goes from left to right, and you can see the line just goes up, 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 and it's not going down. And by up, 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 I mean it goes from one corner of the x-axis to another corner of the x-axis, and it's on the top of the graph, if you guys catch my drift. So it goes from the bottom to the top of the graph. Well, in this case, it's going from the bottom to the top, but this is just going to go on and on and on. But still, this is a positive because it goes from the bottom to the top. And you guys can see, if you read the graph from left to right, you can see that the line does go up, up, up. So that's basically what a positive slope is. And yes, I know you guys can see my equations, but I just want to leave that there and explain what that is later. This is going to be a full learning video today. Okay, so now you guys can see what this one is. Okay, that one is probably a bit more confusing for you guys. Let me make a bit less steeper. Yes, here we go. Now, always read a line from left to right. Like I said earlier, I said if you go from left to right, now I'm saying do that. Because it can show you guys what type of slope it is way more easier. And you guys can take a look here that if you look at this graph from left to right, it goes from the top, or at least somewhere in the top, and it goes just straight down if you go look at it from left to right. Well, not actually straight down, but it goes down. So that's basically what a negative slope is. A positive slope goes up if you read it when you read it from left to right, and a negative slope goes down if you read it left to right. And I want to talk about a zero slope. Now, a zero slope basically means that it has no slope, meaning it's not. You guys probably know what a hill is, so it's not really at an angle. It's just straight. It's just straight, and it's 180 straight. It's just going to stay in that exact same spot for all of the span of eternity. It's just going to stay straight. It's not moving up and down. It's not going to be wonky. So that's basically what a zero slope is. And it can be either on the y, like this, on the y-axis, or it can be on the x-axis, like this. And you guys can see, oh, sorry, the line is actually, it's intersecting with the x-axis, that's better, and if I do y equals 3, that intersects with the y-axis. So that's basically zero slopes, positive and negative slopes, and basically what slope is. So you guys probably saw these equations on the left, and you guys might be thinking, what do those mean? Now, I'm here to tell you that slope, that's basically like how far up the line goes from 0 to something, from the intervals of 0 to 1. That's your slope. And that can be defined in the 3 of the x. The number before the x basically explains what is the slope. It explains what the slope is right there. So if it says y equals 3x, that's how far it goes from one interval of x, and that's how far it goes from 0 to something on the y-axis while going just one interval from in the x-axis. So that's basically what the slope is, and that's basically what the equations show. And these will definitely work with points. So let's say, for example, I get 2, 6. Now, if you put the 6 back in the equation, because 6 is the y of it, 2, 6, if you put 6 and you replace it with the y and you replace the x with the 2, 3 times 2 is 6. Not a coincidence. So that will absolutely help you figure out what the slope will be. So that will be pretty important as you get along in middle school or high school. So that's basically what the equations are. So let's start with a small mini problem. Now, this line, I am going to show you this line. You guys can see the equation if you guys want to. You guys definitely will have to. Yeah, there we go. So that green line shows Timmy's equation, and this is basically the problem. I'll just say it to you in words. If Timmy's equation at working with McDonald's is y equals 10x, and the x is hours, by the way, and the y is the total amount of dollars he gets per total he gets, that's basically dollars in correlation with hours, by the way. So yes. So if Timmy's equation is y equals 10x and Bob earns $100 for working for 5 hours, which one gets the most money in 1 hour? Simple. And to make this a bit more challenging, I'm not going to show you what Bob's line is, because in my proportional relationships video, I talked about how easy it is to figure out which slope is more steeper than the other one. So I'm not going to show you his for a little bit of a challenge. Okay. I'm assuming you guys have tried the problem. Now, we know that Bob got $100 working for 5 hours. Now, in unit rate, you have to figure out in this case, how much does Bob make in just 1 hour? Now, Bob, if you divide 100 by 5, because 100 is the amount he makes working for 5 hours, you get 20. Because if he works $20 an hour for 5 hours, he gets $100. So this line, which I'm going to show, is the purple line is going to be Bob's line. And you guys can easily see that Bob's is going to be the most steeper. You guys can see that his line is more closer to the y-axis. Therefore, ergo, he has the steeper slope, and Bob is the one most working hard. Now, I don't want this video to be too long, but that's just linear equations in a bit of a nutshell. I hope this helps you guys, and in the next video, we're going to talk about linear equation word problems. And also, one more thing before I sign off here. Me and Weekend Gamer are actually making a video about the Raycon E55s versus the JLab buds, mostly about the JLab bud review. And I'm collaborating with Weekend Gamer. So please subscribe with Mr. Gamer, and please make sure to watch that video as soon as we upload it. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.